When you look at someone and sense judgment, ask yourself, where does that come from? Where is that coming from? Where is this energy coming from? Rhetorical question, simply rhetorical. There's no one to blame. As with anything, there's no one to blame. However, the responsibility is yours to accept. As the foundation of the reality, as the author of the story, you're showing yourself something. You get to decide. You have the ability to assess the situation. Where is this pain coming from? Where is this resentment coming from? Why am I projecting? Why do I feel as if this person is doing something to me? Where is it coming from, beloved? Once again, you wrote this story. You can't, oh, I'm God, and this is, this is my story, and such and such, and not take responsibility for all the things that come along with the story, all the things within the experience. You're not a victim. You can't say God, I'm God, and claim to be a victim at the same time. Does that work? You can't take full responsibility and, I'm empowered, I'm this, I'm that, but these people are doing something to me, doing stuff to me. Doesn't work. Does it? Of course not. Who's doing something to God? Riddle me that. Who is doing something to God? Where? The devil? The devil doing something to God? No, you are God. I am God. The one. There's no plural in the one. There's no we in the one. There's I am. There's no plural when it comes to God. No, I am God, the one. There is no other people. Oh, no, we gods. No, that's plural. That's the illusion. Whenever you have two, you have the illusion. There's only the one. The one and reflections of self. Reflections of the one. The I am presence. Once again, the language of duality cannot get around that. The language of duality cannot get around the truth, the one, the I am presence. There are no victims when I am the one. Now, of course, yes, there is the illusion. We came here to observe and experience the illusion as a vehicle of our own expansion and consciousness, our own conscious awareness of who we are as the one. That's the purpose of the illusion, of duality, of the two. Yeah, no doubt, doing it to the self. No doubt, as an experience or a catalyst of one's own expansion in self-awareness of who I truly am and my principles. How the one works. In order for me to handle the responsibilities that comes from me being self-governed, it's necessary for me to experience the illusion of the two, of duality. In order for me to be responsible enough to embody all of that power, all of that, it's necessary for me to take on all of that responsibility in order for me to harness and activate all of that power when it comes to being the one. So the we are is simply a school. The we are is a school to the I am. As untouchables become easier on yourself, take it easier on yourself as you take on more and more of your own responsibility, as you take on more and more of your own power. The more power you harness, the more gentle you are, because you're aware of how potent you are. It takes great responsibility to handle that capacity of power. Great humility, gentleness, to handle all of that power, to truly recognize and harness all of that ability. Thank you, Lord. Transmute learned conditions. Many of the conditions that we've harnessed in order to cope with our experience here within the illusion, prior to our awareness that we're responsible for the configuration itself. Yeah, you wrote this story, all aspects of the story, all the times that you felt victimized, you got beat on, stole from, raped, or what have you. Once again, all your own creations. To create empathy. To harness compassion. Here's what happens in the physical spectrums of your own being. As species are developed, as your brothers and sisters or aspects of self continue to be developed, these are the things that are necessary for them to recognize the absolute power of one's own self. What's necessary to come to a point of being able to look within and take full responsibility of one's own existence versus pointing the finger. These are the things that are necessary. This is the tutelage. This is the realization. This is the capacity of compassion that's necessary for you to have in order to graduate to the next level. What do you feel like fifth dimensional beings do, beloved? Let me ask you that. What do you feel fifth dimensional beings do? Fifth dimensional beings serve as guides. They serve as guides in the physical. Absolutely. Next level. Fourth dimensional beings work with the spectrums of becoming self-governed and coexistence harmoniously, but fifth dimensional beings operate in the ethers. We serve as guides for other third dimensional souls, intending to harness and get a handle on the way in which their own internal functions operate. Self-governance comes first. Harmonious coexistence comes next. Independence before interdependence. We're going to talk about that a little bit later too. But first, independence before interdependence. It's necessary for me to be able to control myself and work on my own, as far as my own maturity, in order for me to harmoniously work with other people, inside than outside. If I have no self-control, how am I going to work on a team with other individuals? How am I going to run the relay race and pass the baton to the next person if I didn't train? Independence first. Now you recognize the nature of that isolation. And in many cases, that isolation that has been. In many cases, some of you are further along. Independence before interdependence. I must recognize the inner workings and learn to a certain degree how to manage and govern myself before I'm able to coexist or work with or work with another individual. I can't work on a team with people if I'm crazy. I can't work with other people if I don't know how to stand up on my own 2 feet. I can't manage a household with another individual if I don't know how to stand up on my own 2 feet or manage my own personal responsibilities. So yes, of course, in recent years, many of you have found yourselves in isolation. Some are in isolation and are still yearning to be in a connection with another individual when it comes to relationships or what have you. But once again, that doesn't work unless you are satisfied by yourself. You aren't mature enough to govern your own environment, your own body. You can't harmoniously coexist with another individual if there's internal chaos. Independence before interdependence. That's how that works. You can't be happy with another person if you're just not happy by yourself. You're not happy? Like, well, I want to be with you. You ain't happy. I'm supposed to make your life happy? That's not how relationships work. How you want me to love you and you don't love you? You can't enjoy your own company. That's not how that works. Independence before interdependence. Being by yourself is not about you waiting on your twin flame to come. What you mean? This is valuable time in which you're supposed to be cultivating yourself, expanding your own wings, being an embodiment of self-love. This is what this time is for, this alone time. This time is priceless. You have 100% of your day to do whatever you want to do to become more beautiful. And you're unsatisfied, sad, yearning, waiting. That's what you're doing? Is this productive? Is this expanding the capacity of love that you have to share? Is that expanding the capacity of love that you radiate in your current environment? How are you becoming more loving? How are you radiating more valuable, loving energy in your environment? I hope it's not you waiting on somebody else to come. That's not time well spent. Unsatisfied, being, once again, being miserable, entertaining sadness. That's how you're attracting another individual. Yeah. I'm not looking for answers or rebuttals. Let me go ahead and say something now. Doesn't even require a response. It's about reflection. Self-love is the foundation of all love. We've been saying it for years. It's about you first. When you enjoy yourself, when you are a happy person, you love life and you're satisfied with your current experience, you have love and satisfaction to share. Satisfaction, or a sense of satisfaction, is extremely attractive. A sense of self-love is extremely attractive. The paradox is what it is.